Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2022. That's going to take a little while. I'm not going to write that correctly for a month and a half at least. Even though the whole past 2 years has been one big giant blur, here we are. Thankfully, uh, like most of people in entertainment, we all raised glass last night to the absolutely unsurpassed Betty White, which got me to thinking about the amazing things that women do in this field that that we don't always celebrate. Um, and she just happened to be one of them, and very high profile because, of course, folks remember her from everything. I mean, folks my age remember her from Golden Girls, and folks my kids' age remember her from Golden Girls and syndication. Uh, but she was uh, in the industry forever, and she was a pioneer in so many respects. Um, but there were a lot of women in the entertainment industry that people don't necessarily think about behind the camera. More and more behind the camera. But we are also designers and technical directors and uh, puppeteers, and we lay out the groundwork for so many things. When I'm very fortunate that I have always had the support of my family in what I do. I think my parents asked me once, "Can you really make a living doing this?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Okay, then go do it." And that was not the experience that a lot of my friends had. A lot of my friends, literally their parents said, "You can't do this because we're going to pay for your education, and you're not going to make a living doing this. So we're going to pay for you to do something else," which is a shame because we're brilliant, and the industry needs us. More importantly, the people coming up behind us need us. They need to see us doing the things that we saw women like Betty White doing before us and before us and before us. Um, a short story. When I am by no means the only tech director in the world, the female tech director my age out there. But when I was younger, I didn't see that. Um, and I got a lot of flack in early jobs because I was a woman. And some people say, well, that's your imagination, or suck it up and deal. And yeah, I sucked it up and dealt. Maybe it was my imagination, but it was also true. They just weren't there. So um, when I can be the woman playing with the power tools in the shop, I think that's huge. And I know it's huge in some respects because I have students, girls who say, "I didn't know I could do this until I saw you do it." And that's huge. That's so big. And my boys know that the women in their life are perfectly capable of doing what I do because they've grown up watching me do it. So they have neither fear nor intimidation that a lot of other people grew up with, because there really aren't those divides in our house, and there haven't been in my life. So, like I said, I was very fortunate that I was raised that way. And I used to joke around and said I am my father's son, but really it was just they didn't put limits on what I could do. So I very happily did it all, and had no idea that that wasn't the norm until I got older and started bumping into those walls, and then, climbing over them. So be the person that you needed when you were younger. And I know that's not an original phrase by any stretch of the imagination, but it's so true. If you needed that example when you were a kid, think about who else needs that example. They're out there and they need you. And go be that person for them. in 2022. Have a great one.